good day. Today was Wednesday the 19th, and today was a lovely day outside. We had a little bit of rain here and there, a little drizzle throughout the day, off and on. It would look like it's going to rain pretty good, then it'd go away, then a little bit of drizzle and it'd come back. And we actually got some pretty heavy rain this evening. I don't know, about 10 o'clock or so, somewhere in that range. So went ahead, made it nice. I planted some stuff like an idiot. I transplanted some stuff, and then I went to the lake for the weekend and did not get a chance to water them, and it did not rain. So I think I lost all my transplants. I might have one or two that might survive out of the 12, but I completely screwed the pooch on that one. I should have waited till I got back on Monday to move them. But live and learn, and they were free. They'll grow back. They'll have new ones pop up, and I will then transplant them. So we'll see what happens with the whole process. But I got this morning, got a few things taken care of, nothing major. Got the puppy here, got him out, played with him and stuff, the whole 9 yards, kept him quiet until Karen was awake. From there, got a few things taken care of. I've been giving him his food in a, I guess like a cube, I think it's called like a treat dispenser thing. I filled the cube full of food, I put the little trap door in it, lock it into place. Then I throw it out in the yard for him, and he basically rolls it around all day as he gets food that falls out of it. So it works out really, really well. So it keeps him entertained, works his brain, keeps him thinking, keeps him rolling and trying to figure out how he's learning now. He's getting a lot better at it. On the tile floor in the house, it doesn't work that great because it doesn't want to roll. He's got to get it. He's got to be able to carry it over and put it on the bed where he can then kind of flip it around there. And he was learning that pretty good too. So, but it works much better out in the yard. So I had him out there. Got Bruce out. He decided he wanted to come out. In the beginning part of the day, he didn't want to come out. So Bruce came out and started playing, and I don't know if it was the barometric pressure, if it was the cooler temperatures, if it was the fact that it was like just starting to drizzle a little bit because he loves to run in the rain and stuff. He was in a playful mood, man. Bruce was all about playing. Like, they played for probably 2+ hours. I mean, like off and on, like roughhousing and just like chewing the shit out of each other. And Bruce is barking at the puppy, and puppy's barking at Bruce, and they're just knocking each other down and stuff. To sweet play where they're like literally laying on the ground, like, you know, almost head to head. They got their heads side by side, chewing on each other's ears. And I'm like, what the hell? I've never seen those two interact that well at all. Like, I've seen them play good stuff, but never seen them like cuddle type almost. Like, they were, you know, it was actually like they were truly getting along, like way better than normal, not just they tolerating each other type thing. So I was pretty excited about that. That worked out real well, but they had a great time with it. So normally I would run my vending route on a Wednesday, but I did not do that because I had a dog meet and greet that was coming over. A lady has a small dog that had said, you know, usually doesn't do well with big dogs, never done big dog stuff, but hey, go and try it with Bruce, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I changed everything in my life, my schedule around to accommodate her. And then, of course, not in time to go run my route in the morning. It was late enough that she's like, a couple hours before she's supposed to be here, yeah, I think I'm going to cancel our appointment and stuff, da-da-da, meet and greet, because I just don't think she's going to get along with big dogs. And I'm like, what the fuck? So my guess is she had somebody else, you know, come up, or, you know, it was the fact that somebody else was, you know, I was the cheapest one on there, not really, and I have tons of great reviews, and I keep my prices really low as the website will let me, because I think I want the dogs here, not stuffed in some crate somewhere at some dog kennel. So we'll see what happens. I was really not, yeah, that was really annoying. So it changed, like I said, I changed my plans up to accommodate somebody, because that's what I do, and then they just blow me off like it's nothing. It really kind of pisses me off. So, but, oh well, nothing you can do about that. To move on and try and let it go. So, let it go. Anyway, got a few other things taken care of. Decided to head in and try and replace the battery in my iPad. I'm like, oh, might as well give this a shot. The batteries just went to shit. It's to the point like it'll be 78% power, and then like a second later it's 0. And I know it was doing it for a while. Like, well, it used to be like in the winter, which our winter's not that cold, but when it would get chilly enough, if I needed to throw a jacket on, I could still have like 38, 40, 50, 60% power. And the moment I turn it off and turn it back on, it won't come back on. It says plug me in, regardless of what it is. I plug it in, after a little bit, the battery gets enough charge, it warms itself back up, and then boom, shakalaka, the thing's working again. It's got 80% power, 70% power, whatever power was. So I also have had this situation where I had the electric heater on in the bedroom. I got a little oil-filled heater that I could walk in and be 100% off, and it'd be, you know, completely dead, saying turn the, you know, plug it in, it's completely dead. Lay the thing on top of that heater for, I don't know, 30 seconds, minute and a half, whatever it was, depending on how chilly it was outside, and basically let it warm up to where you could feel a little bit of warmth in the back of the aluminum. Hit the button, boom, come on, 100% good to go. So yeah, I was like, yeah, things happen. It is what it is. So went ahead, thought, well, time to replace it. The other day it locked up, and it was locked up for like 36 hours. It took 36 hours before it turned back on. And I was like, well, it's short for the world. And I've had this thing forever. I need to replace it. Let's go buy a new one. But, I mean, why drop $1,000? The thing still does everything I need to do except for keep battery. So I looked online, found a battery for it. Looked online also on kind of how to change it. Looked at YouTube videos and whatnot. Ordered a heat gun and a battery. And I thought, today's the day. I'm going to knock her out of here. So I cleaned off a spot where I wanted to do the work and stuff. So I went ahead and basically started, heating it up and got the whole thing going and got the heat gun on it and stuff. Started prying and stuff. Okay, I know you guys are in road construction here and shit, but waving your flag at me to move the fuck over when I'm already past the white line over here in the bike lane, like my tire's within an inch of the side shuttle, doesn't do me any good to tell me to move the fuck over. Like, you guys, yeah, whatever. So, direct us both on the other side of traffic, and you guys have the whole road to yourself and leave me alone. So, anyway, that's one of the things that drives me nuts. The truck in front of me was way over by the cones. I'm way over here, like almost like literally on the side where I'm going to drop off the shoulder, and they wave at me to get the hell over, not him. So it just annoys the shit out of me in that whole thing. It's like if somebody yells at you to slow down and drive the neighborhood, and the speed limit's 30 and you're driving 25, but because they're right next to the street, they want to do a little slow down. I'm like, I was going 5 below the speed limit. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. So I basically decided to start popping the thing apart. It was going decent, put a little heat on it, prying it, put a little heat on it, prying it, put a little heat on it, prying it. And in the process and their stuff, I got to the last corner, and my guess is I probably had the other side bent up a little too high or something. I was trying to go around, and I cracked the screen. Wasn't the end of the world. It's far enough in, I can see it. Actually, I broke 2 little pieces out, and I got a big crack on the other side of it, like right there together. So I'm actually missing pieces of glass that are glued back in. But the case that's on it covers up 98% of the crack, and holds the 2 new pieces back in. So I got the screen off, I got the glass off, had to take the cables off, and it's just, they don't want you doing this stuff. Like, this is designed to be done with proper tooling, with tiny little plastic tweezers and all kinds of really cool stuff that I don't have. So went ahead, got it all apart though. It's just a tiny little bit of a crack. I'm like, I almost ordered a new screen also, because new screens like, I don't know, 35, 65, but they're not that expensive. So I almost ordered a new screen also, knowing there's a good chance I was going to crack it, and didn't. So I said, I can live with it. Like I said, my case covers up most of it. If this was my daily carry on my phone, something like that stuff, and the case didn't cover it, I would definitely be more concerned about the process. But it is not. It is something that basically stays at home all the time, so I'm good to go. So went ahead, had to take the LED screen out, and there's, ironically enough, it's never been opened before. It's brand new. Well, actually, I take that back. It was open when they replaced the screen for me before. I wonder if they lost the damn screw. It was missing a screw on the LED screen that just wasn't there. Like, I took the glass off, and I looked down. I'm like, well, there's only 3 screws. Supposed to be 4 screws here. So, but they wouldn't need to take that screen out, I don't think, the LED screen, to replace my glass. But who knows? So, hard telling. Went ahead though. We got it. Basically, I got it all pulled apart, and then I had to get got the LED screen out. I had to get the battery out. The battery had actually ruptured, I guess you want to call it. Had broke. It was the one battery, the top battery closest to the camera, the top side, was clearly damaged. Like, it was at least twice as thick almost as the rest of the good battery side, because it's like a 2-pack of batteries in there, the way it's set up. So I was like, oh great, this ain't good. So I went ahead, and also made me realize that, okay, it is damaged. I know there's a reason why. It's not just old age. It's taken damage at some point somehow. So went ahead, said hell with it, got it out, finally had to flip it over, put some heat on the back, and prying into it. In the process of getting it out and prying on it, because the one, like I said, was already ruptured, it started to smoke. Like, it was like, oh great, this battery's gonna blow up in my face. Like, this is not cool at all. And I was like, I was not happy with that whole part. So I got it, basically, finally got it out of there, got the battery. It's hooked up to the iPad the whole time. So I'm thinking, well, I just burnt my iPad up, because if you make a battery smoke while it's still tied into the power source, it's gonna be a problem. This is not, that doesn't work anymore. So at this point, I figure I'm basically just wasting my time futilely, knowing the fact this is not going to ever work. It's never going to turn on, whatever. So went ahead, got it out, got the new one back in there, which took way longer than it should have, because of the fact that I had to pry up where it goes in. It's just, they're designed to be as small as possible and as efficient as possible, which is what they are, and makes it a pain in the butt to work on, which again, not my job normally, so it's not that big a deal. I'm not mad at Apple. It does kind of suck when you're trying to do it, especially when it's the first one I've ever done. I've done one, take it back, I've done 2 phone batteries and then the iPad battery now. So I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. Got the battery finally out. Took, like I said, way longer than it should have. This was probably like a 3-hour deal. Could have been a lot less, but I was taking as much time as I possibly could, trying to get this thing done right and all the fun that comes with it. So I went ahead, finally got the thing out. Trying to tell this truck driver he can pull over, but maybe you don't want him. Went ahead and got it back in, got the screen put back on it, got the glass put back, got the new glass put on, the glue on it, the little tiny pieces that go back in there, got them stuck in their spot. And from there, I was like, okay, we're cool. Push the button, and it came on. I was like, woohoo! I'm excited. It came on. So I'm like, sweet. It's got like 3% power. So I turned it off. Basically, went ahead, let it go dead, or went ahead, turned it baback off, hooked it up on the charger, and let it charge and see what happens. So at that point, my wife had asked me if I would. She wanted to go see her father tonight. I was like, she asked me to do something. I forgot what it was. So she wanted to go check on her father over there, see how he's doing, and she was like, okay, cool, I'll go fill the car up so you have plenty of fuel, and I'll drop it off to you in the whole 9 yards. So went ahead, said, yep, no big deal. Grabbed the, basically got done with the iPad, headed up there, topped the car off with fuel, dropped it off to her. We had to swap keys because we only have the one key because her dad lost the other key fob to his car. And we're basically driving his car when we're doing stuff for him, like going and feeding the cats and stuff. That way it's his mileage and his gas and whatnot, the whole process, because it's, why should it be ours only, kind of thing. So went ahead, got that taken care of, got it dropped off. I was just got back to the house. I thought I probably have time to get my run in before he came to pick the puppy up, and I did. Took off my run. I changed into running clothes. Basically went and got my run in. Was still on my run when I got a text saying he's heading over, which he's really good about. Texting me in the morning when he's heading over, texting me after work when he's heading over, which, because he sometimes works late. Where the morning one's nice because then he gets the text back from me that knows that I'm awake. And that's kind of what that one's really for at that point. So went ahead, we're cool with that. Got back to the house before he did. Not a lot before he did, but plenty. Went ahead, gave the dog back to him, and from there went and grabbed myself a shower. Decided to grab myself some leftover sushi as well, because that's what I was having for dinner since my wife was going to be gone again all day. There for dinner time, I guess, going over to see your dad. So I basically dropped the keys off to her, the only time I saw her. And I always set my sushi out for a while so I can let it warm up, lack of a better term. I let it warm up, bring it up closer to room temperature, so we're good to go there. And it worked out really, really well. Had myself a dinner, headed out actually I was still in the computer room. My wife got home from Daily Father. Supposed to go see another dog meet and greet this week or today. They were supposed to call me. They said they'd be home, and I'm like, hey, give me a call or give me a text when you're on your way home so I can meet you and stuff. And it was like an hour after we were supposed to meet, they finally texted, hey, we're home, we're we're already here now. And I'm like, okay, you just wasted the extra time, but it is what it is. And I said, well, it's late enough now because it's like a 20-minute drive over there, and it's already 8 o'clock, So by the time I drive 20 minutes over there, we spend probably 20 minutes there and drive another 20 minutes back. That's an hour of my time just to see if it's going to work. And I was like, I'm like, I don't think it's going to work. It's just a pain in the ass. And I don't like doing the home stay things anyway and stuff. And it is what it is. And her father should be getting out of the hospital tomorrow or Friday. We hope. We don't know exactly. So we got to deal with all that. And we got the whole, it's just, we're deciding today. If you cannot find anybody else, let me know and we'll do the best we can do. But if you can find someone else, please do that, because I don't think it's going to be that good of a fit for us today. So got that done. Talked to my wife about how things went, checking on her dad and stuff, and just the whole thing. And there's a lot of questions that are not getting answered, which sucks because we kind of need to know those answers. And he's there for evaluation, and it seems like, I don't know if they're evaluating him. If they are, they're not telling us what's going on. They're just kind of like, hey, yeah, he's going home Friday, we hope. And I'm like, okay, he's going home. Like, do you think he's allowed to be by himself? Like, does he need to be put into permanent care? Like, does he need, what we at? Because we talked to him, he's like, oh yeah, I went to group and da-da-da-da, but I don't remember even what they said. And I'm like, okay, group was an hour ago. How do you not remember anything that was said there? And he's just like, I have no idea. And he's like, I feel a little better, my head's a little better, but I still don't know if it's right yet. And so we don't know what we're doing with that yet. So I don't know. We might have to look into sending him somewhere else to get more help, more evaluation or something, because this place doesn't seem to answer questions have to do with what's going on. So, which is just superbly in the annoying side of like communicate with us. And I think part is the fact that Karen got to talk to her dad and got to worrying all about his stuff, and he's all worried about his car, am I allowed to drive, and all about my cats, and so it is what it is there, as opposed to, hey, let's keep you safe and alive and keep you from causing your daughter more stress as well. So yeah, so she maybe not asked all the right questions, so she supposedly made a list of stuff to write down to ask and go from there. But then I finally basically headed back outside, had myself a cigar. Started raining really hard. Wind was blowing, so I had to actually pull my curtains on my pergola and got my cigar finished up, and basically headed inside, watched a little bit of TV with my wife. We went to bed, wrapped it up, and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.